It's Friday the 20th of December in the Vendée Globe, the skipper's 40th day at sea, and Yoann Richomme just isn't letting Charlie Dalin get away at the front. We bring you updates from Conrad, Colman and Giancarlo, Pedote, and then take a look at the tracker where we overlay some of the previous Vendée Globes to see where they are compared to record pace. We look at the leaderboard, the PredictWind options, which the skippers at the front have taken slightly different from what we took a look at yesterday, and then also have an update from Boris Herrmann.
Okay. So there we have it, a little boat tour, and it's 25 knots of wind, so it's been slowly reducing, and I wanted to do a little tour before I send some more sail up. So I'm about to shake out Reef 2 and redeploy the J3 as a staysail, and so I sort of slowed the boat down a little bit to go and do a tour on deck, because when it is full-time anarchy out there, you do not want to be up on the front of the boat. So there we have it. We are out of the Indian, apparently. We've crossed the longitude of Cape Lewin, and it feels freaking amazing. However, I've got a little bit of a bone to pick with Cape Lewin, because when you think about this race around the world, the race of the three great capes, Cap de Bonne Espérance, Cape of Good Hope, Cap Horn, these magical, powerful names that are a reflection of these crucial moments in the race. You come down to the Atlantic, you turn left, you go underneath Cape of Good Hope, and bam, you're in the Southern Ocean. It all changes. And then you cruise through the Southern Ocean, you get to Cape Horn, and it's the bottom of a continent. And you're like, go around that, and then the race changes, the phase changes. But Cape Lewin, it's not really. It's kind of like one of those lineups where one of these things is not like the others, and that is Cape Lewin. It is neither the most western point of Australia. It is neither the most southern point of Australia. It is the most southwest point of Australia, but I mean, really, who cares? It is several hundred miles away from the racecourse, and does not indicate an inflection point. There's no major transition. Yesterday was horrible, today is better, but not thanks to Cape Lewin. I think as a New Zealander, I'm not allowed to glorify anything that's Australian. So of course I'm sort of taking the mickey out of my cousins in Australia. But really, Cape Lewin, you're the runt of the litter. You're nothing. Doesn't count. Particularly because apparently it used to be considered the entry into the Pacific, but I see that everybody's celebrating that when they get to Hobart. So I mean, what are we? Are we just in the sub-basement of Australia? Neither the Indian, neither the Pacific? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts as to whether I'm in the Pacific or whether I'm still in the Indian Ocean, or whether I'm just living in Australia's basement right now. So, who knows? Anyway, it is at best a road sign, and I'm happy to mark this sort of milestone on this race around the bottom of the planet. But no, Cape Horn's the big daddy.
Hello everybody. So guys, we pass the longitude of Cape Lewin, and right now we are sailing with Australia over my head. So right now we are in the front of one low pressure that push us in close to the longitude of Tasmania, and after Tasmania will be officially in Pacific Ocean. So will be an important achievement for Giancarlo and Prismian, because the Indian Ocean behind our shoulder will be nice. It was not so easy to sail here. The sea state was always complicated, and always and also we find one depression behind other. So we sail without rest. Was complicated to eat, to sleep, also to stand up in the cockpit to realize maneuver. So, but in any case, we don't have a lot of miles for finish this ocean. Everything is good on board for me and Prismian, and so I give you the next upgrade, I hope, from the Pacific Ocean. Bye bye everybody.
Looking at the tracker at 0600 hours, we can see there Charlie Dalin in the lead, but it is Yoann Richomme who is on the charge, averaging just slightly quicker than Dalin, but instantaneous speed of 24.1 knots as opposed to Dalin's 22.2 knots. And you can see there Seb Simon taking a slightly more northerly course. This is more southerly than we saw on PredictWind yesterday. It seems the skippers believe they can use this strong pressure to move further east and won't get affected by this light wind we can see just to the east of them at the moment as the pressure comes down with them. Now, they are currently just going past Point Nemo, and if you look just here, we've added the track of the 2016 race of Armel Leclerc, who is the record holder for the Vendée Globe. And if we just scroll a bit further back, we can also see here, just here, we've got Yannick Besteven, who is in 7th place, but won the 2020 edition of the race, which was really quite a slow race in comparison to 2016. And you can see in 2020, Yannick was just here, so just hadn't even passed New Zealand at this point. And then also up here, you can see the 2012 race, and there is Francois Gabard's position, and he would have been just past Auckland Island at this point. Looking a bit further back, we can see here on the longitude of Tasmania, we've got Giancarlo Pedote, who we heard from earlier, just about to pass into the Pacific Ocean. And then we've got Conrad Colman, who we also heard from, who described his position jokingly as the sub-basement of Australia. The ranking there shows us Dalin in the lead with Richomme just 21.94 nautical miles behind. He has averaged 0.64 of a knot faster over the last 24 hours and his instantaneous speed nearly 2 knots faster. Seb Simon just dropping off a little bit, no doubt affected by his broken foil. So we scroll down a bit, there we can see Yannick Besteven, who won the last edition of the Vendée Globe, but he has now got Boris Herrmann right on his tail. We'll hear from Boris in a bit. And we can see there's just, well, under 7 nautical miles separating the two now. So Boris continues his charge. And as we scroll down, we can then see Jean Le Cam still the leading daggerboard boat, but only 70 nautical miles ahead of Benjamin Ferret. As we go down a bit further, there's Conrad Colman in 26th place, who we heard from. SailWorld.com's New Zealand editor Richard Gladwell has again done the routing option for Charlie Dalin, and again it shows us them going slightly further north. They didn't do this yesterday, so it'll be interesting to see if that happens. And then it's that depression along the west coast of Chile, as they approach Cape Horn, and he'll be rounding at the moment early hours of Christmas Eve and then travelling to the west of the Falkland Islands as they go up the South Atlantic.
A good day. What happened today? We went from the jib top to the bigger J0, and I found a problem on the furler, so I changed the furler. The tack line is attached to the furler and the furling line, so that's a little bit of work to get all that sorted. And took me a few miles and time and energy, but all good. It was a good day all in all. We are nicely matching with the others, and it's fun going east. Only a week to Cape Horn. It's crazy. So every day is precious now. Is the last 7 days in the Southern Ocean. I mean, after the Horn, we still might have a bit of Southern Ocean depending on the route. But I've seen some routes now going through the Le Maire Strait, passing close of Cape Horn, which makes me very happy. I would love to see the rock. And even some of them went west of the Falklands, which I also would love to do. I haven't done it in a while, the last time 2009. And yeah, now we are just driving back and forth along the wind gradient. It gets a bit hectic going south. It's even a bit hectic here. I don't know. Sticks the nose in a bit. I don't know. Can't see the waves, but so we're doing a zigzag along here, and each time going south it gets so windy. We drive back out or we change sails. We see how the night pans out. Have a good day. It's past midnight here. Ciao.
Thank you for watching today. We will continue to bring you the latest news throughout the Christmas period, as well as the Rolex Sydney Hobart, which starts on Boxing Day. Please do subscribe to our channel using the button down here, and take a look at sailworld.com and yachtsandyachting.com for all the latest news in the world of sailing.